Hey folks, it's Monday, so that means dry fire. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about planning, and do you have to have a plan every week or should you not have to have a plan every week? Let's talk about that a little bit and come up with an idea.
The new Mantis X10 firearms performance system has all the goodness of the original, plus holster draw analysis and recoil analysis. It's a fantastic upgrade and I recommend it highly.
Okay, so if you follow the Active Self-Protection Dry Fire Challenge and the videos that we do every week that Mantis sponsors, thanks Mantis, you know that for the last several weeks we have worked through a 6-week program to get everybody ready to shoot a specific drill, and that was the FBI qualification. Thanks to all those folks that went out and actually shot it and posted their videos and showed their results. It's been great, and there's been a real tremendous and positive response to what we've done so far, and it's been a joy to have been part of bringing that to you. So I thank you for doing that. However, in your dry fire regimen, do you have to have a plan every time with something specific, or are we self-defenders? And if we're self-defenders, sometimes we got to fly by the seat of our pants. If you watch the videos on Active Self-Protection, the main channel, you see that those people don't have 6 seconds to the beat all the time, and they don't have, reloads aren't at the fourth shot, and those kind of things, they add up. And so I don't think that we necessarily always have to have a plan. When we did the FBI thing, we did a specific, hey, I want you to be able to pass the FBI qual. So let's get in that fig leaf and let's be ready for this. And let's pull the trigger every time that we pull the gun out. And that's not what it's going to be like on the streets, right? So what I want to talk about a little bit today is my dry fire regimen as a self-defender, not as a I'm getting ready to pass a qual, or not as I want to get better at this or one specific thing. I want to talk to you a little bit about the differences and some things that we can do to mix it up to give ourselves a better chance on our worst day to be a better performer. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's start with Neil clearing his gun. Here is my mag block. Right there, I've got my Mantis on and turned on, and a lot of people have asked me. I've got this set up on the mag rail, and the reason for that is I can draw and not have to worry about a special holster for this. So this is my regular everyday carry thing. The difference here is I've got the mag block and the barrel block in there. You can see that? Yeah, you can. And again, the safety of this is the most important thing. This is where I don't want somebody to get hurt, okay? So with a clear gun, with my Mantis on, holstered up, now I can use my timer, I can use my phone, I can use a stopwatch, I can use nothing. But one of the things that I really like about the Mantis is, here, let me turn this thing on and do a little bit of screen recording here. I'm going to try to get this to work this week, okay? So I've got the screen recording on, and hopefully you're seeing this in the screen, maybe right here, I don't know. But there are all of these drills. There's the holster draw analysis, the recoil meter, open training is really where you're going to spend a significant amount of time, the benchmark, all of this stuff. If you scroll all the way down here, you're going to see the hostage taker drills, which there's a cool update coming for that as well. But understand, all of these different drills are a lot of fun, but for an average open training that we're going to do here, let's do this. I'm going to start an open training and get my volume turned up so you can hear that. And I'm just going to set that down so now I can hear that. So from the holster, this is just going to pick up the trigger draw, and that's the cool thing, is so I can push that thing out, and I guess I don't have the sound turned on. But you can see that that was a 93. Maybe I don't have my sound turned up. All right, good enough. All right, so I can work on two-handed holster draws. I'm not getting any kind of timing. This isn't timing how fast I'm doing or anything. It's just giving me a score as I come out. I am carefully making sure that I have a good sight picture, and I'm pressing my trigger. That is not fast. I don't know if that looks fast. I don't think it does, but that's a 1.5 2 second draw, and I'm getting a good sight picture, and I'm making sure I'm getting a good press, and it looks like to my scores that it probably is. So it is not uncommon that I'll spend 100 shots just doing that, 100 draws, getting it out there. Then I can think about my shoulder, I can think about my elbow, I can think about my hips, and all of the things that we really need to do right on that day. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to come in the way that you want it to on that day, but if you've practiced it over and over and over, it's going to be more likely to be the way we want it than the way we're not. Now, here's some other stuff that we can do. So, there's a lot of times you may have to draw from here, and you're pressing out, okay? Now, we had a lot of conversations on the Facebook group about the starting position for the FBI thing. You know, you want to go up here and start with your hands above your head or on your bill of your hat or from here or whatever. That's completely fine. Practice those things at home, because on your day, you don't know where you're at. You don't know if you're going to have something in your hands. So, you know, I don't have my bag here. Actually, I do. Hold on. John Johnson and Melody Lowers, Armed Parent and Guardian class, but they had us take a bag like this, put some, I think we put salt or sand or something inside of it. Let's say that this is a baby. The way we did it was they cut the sleeves, and I'm not, or the handles. I'm not going to cut this on my bag, but now I got to work on drawing one-handed. Okay, that's something that we can work on. Now there is a bit of a challenge, and we got to be safe and we got to be careful as we do this. But say you don't have anything in this hand and you just want to draw and practice one-handed. Okay, that is completely acceptable to, you know, start here. Those things are okay. Now you can see my scores probably aren't where they were with the two-handed as I'm coming out here. That's a whole lot easier. This is best case scenario, right? This is, I've got time to get my draw and get that out there, which is a lot of fun as well, right? Another thing that I think we as self-defenders don't get to do enough is we don't learn our trigger, right? Our trigger breaks at a certain place. And I don't think it's completely wrong to spend a little bit of time. You don't even have to press out. Just learn your trigger. Get a feel for where that break is. Again, I don't really care where the scores are. I can see my scores are okay. I haven't seen them all, but get a feel for that. Spend a little bit of time feeling where your trigger is, because then when you're out here, you're going to know where that is, and you're not going to go like this. Okay, so when you are shooting and you're coming out of the draw and you get to here, if you don't know where your trigger is and you accidentally pull it right here, do you see where that was? And I got a 9. Yikes, that's not what I want, right? But if I know where that trigger breaks, I can prep it right here. I'm on target, probably a little low, but I can prep it to here, press out, and get a good trigger press and a good shot there. So, so as you work this week, have a plan to not have a plan. Have a plan to address those things that might be a little bit different. On your worst day, if you have to draw your gun, it will not be under any circumstances like anything you've probably ever practiced. So plan for that. Have a little bit of fun with it. Go out and work your one-handed, work your support hand only, work the strong hand, work the two-hand, maybe even work some compressed shooting. Okay, maybe work one of these, something along those lines. There's different things that you can do in your dry fire, and it doesn't always have to be with a specific goal in mind of passing XYZ drill. That's the point of this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week when we start another set of drills. Have a good one, guys.